In Bellevue, near Bellevue Community College. All right, so if we have to grab that. Oh, you want it now? You didn't say you wanted it now, buddy. Everything is with straws.
Sure.
And depending on the thickness, you got to do different straws. So we've got quite the straw collection.
Do you ever get the boba tea straws, the big thick ones, or the big
Yeah.
ones that are like this?
Oh, not that big, no, because his mouth, he can't seal. The muscles just don't do that anymore.
Gotcha.
But there, we got milkshake straws, these ones, and then these little itty bitty ones. So yeah, depending on what he wants. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
Really good.
Good. How long have you two been married?
Doing that and well.
2012. Yep. Yeah.
And have you always lived in Bellevue?
I have. He hasn't. He's from Seattle originally. So yeah, I had to think about our wedding date. I was focused on the date.
What drew you two together?
Know that.
Salsa dancing. I needed a partner, and he was interested in learning. And we talked on the phone for several months without even meeting first. And then I dared him to come to my house one day for dinner, and he did. And it was pretty much, we were done then. We weren't going to be just salsa partners. It was pretty obvious.
Oh my gosh. Who's got better moves?
Me. But he was a great learner, and we had a blast together. We used to be the couple that everybody wanted to be in our dance class, because we just had that connection and that flair and the passion for dancing, and it helps that you're crazy in love with your partner. You know, it just really helps.
Oh my gosh. So then, what was it? Was it like an ad or something, or like how did you actually find him, or you find her, or how did that?
It was. I'm trying to remember how that was.
I was on the Facebook.
Oh, the Facebook, where they have people that are looking to get together in a certain group. So it wasn't a dating site. It was simply these people all get together at this date, and they share partners and dance together, and that way you can just go and dance and feel fun about it. So it was a really big group, and we ended up just chatting through that, and the phone, and then in person, and the rest is history.
So really, you have to thank Mark Zuckerberg for your.
Kinda, yeah. He kind of got us going in the right direction. But then it continued on with our love of animal rescue in Mexico, and we traveled to Cabo several times a year to help out with the Humane Society there, and a local cucina that serves breakfast for kids that don't have food. And for our honeymoon, we worked at the Humane Society, we fished in a charity fishing tournament, and brought down several hundred collars and leashes in our luggage, which Alaska Airlines comped us that, so that we could bring that down for a free spay-neuter clinic. So, you know, who does that on their honeymoon is mostly charity work, right? But it was a ball, yeah. So he caught the bigger fish. Yeah. Yeah, he got like a 50-pound Dorado, and I did not. Mine was a little smaller.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so special already.
We're goofy, yeah.
So how long have you lived with ALS?
I got diagnosed in 2014
March of 2014, he was diagnosed.
Do you remember what it was like to get that diagnosis?
Well, at that time,
Sorry.
We can stop.
Do you need this? Sorry, just a sec.
no.
All right.
At that time, I knew something was happening. I was getting a lot of muscle twitching
He was getting a lot of muscle twitching.
in 2011. But I didn't really think much of it. And then I was getting weaker and finally in 2014 and early that we're going to get them taken out. No more of you putting that off. No need. Without me going to the doctor.
Yeah. Did you understand all of
Some
that?
of it.
That he had unusual muscle twitching, that we didn't have an explanation for, but he knew something was different. He was starting to get weaker.
Can I interrupt? Could
Yeah.
you speak as if it was him saying I instead of
Oh,
if you could,
that's hard to do.
if that's possible to do it that way?
Oh, that sounds weird if I'm doing it.
If you're uncomfortable, then don't worry about it. It's
Yeah.
okay. We can make
Yeah.
it work. So.
So I urged Michael to go ahead and get that checked out because he was getting weaker and we didn't really know why. So we ended up seeing several different doctors. One of us finally referred us to, was it Dr. Hyman?
Well, I went to get my hip done, and Dr. Hyman got it going.
He went to get his hip checked out because there was some pain in the hip, and that's when the doctor noticed something unusual and then referred us over to Virginia Mason because there was a specialist over there that deals with and diagnoses ALS. And that's when we got the diagnosis.
Do you remember when that was?
March 2014. Yeah.
Did it progress? How quickly did your symptoms progress after that?
I've been lucky. It's very low in me. I had a been.
No. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. In him, it's really slow. He had a friend that from the day he was diagnosed to the day he passed, it was a year. And that was hard. We've been really lucky, though, because Michael goes to physical therapy. He goes to physical therapy twice a week, and the chiropractor, and we have quite a plethora of nutritional supplements, even someone that's working with us who designed an ALS blend of essential oils. And with that and Michael's determination and the support of our friends, we've done really, really well. We're really lucky.
And you gave me in the butt.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that one.
And me kicking him in the
No.
butt.
That's what I thought you said, actually.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, we make him work really hard, that we aren't just going to sit by. I asked him if he was going to fight this, and he said, with everything. So he does.
Yep.
How hard is it every day to make that decision to fight?
No. I'm a Marine. That's what I do.
He's a Marine, that's what he does.
And that I never want to quit. And the something that every day I learn to when I go, look and roll with it.
He has to learn every day. It's tuck and roll. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Where did you serve? Where were you?
And then, United States Marine Corps, I went all over the Middle East.
All over the Middle East.
Did you ever did you ever train at Camp Lejeune? Or were you over here?
I've been to the but I was in outdoor.
But he was in El Toro as well.
Have you been following the new FDA approved drug?
Yep.
Yeah.
I have. I think it brings a lot of hope. And that's what we need in the ALS community. Hope keeps us going. And when you get a positive news like that, it really helps us along. We got ALS in the business. And thrive on negativity.
ALS thrives on negativity, he says.
Yeah, and that would be another weapon to us and be a bother them.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops, did you get all that?
I didn't get all of that.
The new medication brings hope. Oh, sorry.
Okay, we'll stop.
No.
Okay, do you want water again?
No.
That the new medication gives hope to the ALS community, and that's what they need, is hope and encouragement. Yeah.
No.
What do you look forward to in your future?
Lamb.
Life.
I'm happy to wake up every day. You know, there's a lot more going on in the world, but I'm glad that I wake up and go to sleep with her.
He's glad that he wakes up every day. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, but he's glad he wakes up every day and goes to sleep with me.
Is there anything that you want to add?
I get a lot of help from the AI and everything happening. I got the support and the band and my sister Lisa, and I'm just thankful. We gotta keep fighting, and then the more drugs on the horizon.
He's just grateful for all the support that he gets from his friends, from the ALS Foundation, the Evergreen chapter, and his friend Lisa. So he's very grateful for that. Not everyone has that support, and that's what helps keep him going.
How about you? What keeps you going?
Just knowing that I need to get up every day and help Michael and do the best I can for him. It's not easy some days, because it takes a lot, and there's a lot that the families give up. And that can be kind of tough sometimes. So.
Yeah. I'm glad you two have each other, though. You seem very upbeat and inspirational.
We're goofy that if you were around us, you'd think something's wrong with us. Because we tease each other, but that's kind of what you have to do. You've got to have a sense of humor with ALS, otherwise it'll consume you and destroy you. And so some people around us are thinking, oh my God, I can't believe they talk to each other that way. But it makes us laugh. I mean, you have to. You've got to find humor every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your spirit hasn't changed. And
Not at all. Not at all.
that's wonderful. Well, I wish you guys the best of luck. Can I get your first and last names just for the record?
Michael and Susie Oliver.
Did you understand that? Yeah.
And yours too?
He
Oh,
said
no.
my name. He said Michael and
Oh.
Susie Olibar.
I didn't hear Susie. Sorry.
It's a
Will you
tough one.
spell it for me?
S-U-Z-I, and the Olibar is O-L-E-B-A-R.
Okay, perfect. Can you think of anything, Tom? I think I'm good. Thank you so much. I
I
really
want my number.
I know, he wants his selfie.
will you be able to
No, that's okay. I just, I'm grateful to be able to spread the word. So thankful you guys picked this up and for,
And Tom.
sending it to us, to you, yeah.
Yeah, Tom. I was like, I need an idea, and Tom was like, here's a great one.
I got an idea. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing news for us. It's been 22 years since there's been a drug approved in the treatment of ALS.
Really? Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So the first question is always easy. Your first and last name, and what do you do?
My name is Becky Moore, and I'm the Executive Director of the ALS Association Evergreen Chapter.
And how long have you been a part of this chapter?
Well, I got involved when my brother-in-law was diagnosed in 1994, and then he and his wife with some friends got the chapter going, so I actually started working with the chapter in 1999.
Oh, wow. So it has been, I guess, like a really, almost like a life mission then for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How has it changed your life? I mean, being a part of the group,
Yeah.
having a family member live with ALS.
So, it's inspiring to work with people with ALS, and having it as in my own family, I think we just really know how important it is. ALS has such a tight timeline. On average, people live 2 to 5 years. So we have a sense of urgency in our community. So we do it now, We're grateful for what we have. We do it now because, we don't know what the next day is going to bring.
How long was your brother-in-law able to be with you?
So my brother-in-law, who was diagnosed in 1994, is still living today.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I did know that.
Yeah,
oh my
it's
gosh.
one of the crazy things about ALS is that everybody's progression is so different. So there are folks who pass away rather quickly, like Michael alluded to, and then there are folks that can live quite a long time with ALS. But typically it's 2 to 5 years, and we see that over and over again. That's the vast majority of folks.
Oh, that's amazing. Yes, I did know that.
Yeah.
So, what has progressed in your brother-in-law?
So he is able to still talk, but he has some slurred speech. His hands are highly affected. He can still walk, but it's a lot of it is energy and being able to hold yourself up and hold yourself straight because the muscles just quite aren't there anymore. So it's very tiring disease. So, people have to judge how they're going to use their energy throughout the day.
What do you think of this new drug that's been FDA approved? Was this something that everyone cheered about? Or
Yes. I am more than excited about this drug. This is the first thing we've had in 22 years since there's only one other FDA approved drug in the treatment of ALS, and it only extends life by about 3 months, 2 to 3 months. So this drug is actually, they're saying it has it'll slow down the progression of ALS for about 33%. So we're very excited about that. Obviously, it has some challenges. It's an infusion drug, so people have to go to an infusion center or have this drug infused at home or at the clinic. Not sure how that's going to look, but they'll have to go 14 days on, 14 days off, and then on and off after that in a sequence. So it might be a challenge, but I do know lots of ALS patients that if this is effective, they're going to want to do it because life is great and you want to extend that.
Yeah. Do you know if there would be any hang-ups in terms of getting it in Seattle, or would it be available right away when it's on market? How does that work?
So it's interesting because a lot of the clinicians that we work with in the Seattle area are highly aware of this drug and they're tracking it. So where Michael's being seen at the VA, it's an ALS Association Certified Center of Excellence, and those doctors there are on it, they're tracking it, they're looking to how they're going to be able to roll this out to their patients, and I know that's the same in the other ALS treatment centers. Virginia Mason also is an ALS Association Certified Center of Excellence. They also are being proactive in looking at how to do this. There's an excellent ALS clinic in Swedish. We're fortunate in Seattle to have progressive physicians who are and teams of clinicians who are just really ready to roll this out to people with ALS.
Okay. So we think that when it is launched in August,
Yes,
you'll get it.
we hope so. We hope so. We hope that there won't be too many barriers.
Do you know how many people are affected by ALS in the Seattle area, in the greater Seattle area?
Currently, right now, we've got over 100 patients in King County alone.
Okay. What else am I missing? I don't know if in talking with people, if this has really changed, I mean, can something like this change people's outlook?
Yes, yes. So when the news broke about this drug, Radicava, the hope that comes out of the ALS community, or is there for the ALS community now, that all these long years with nothing, it's like being in the desert for 22 years, there was nothing besides one FDA-approved drug. Now there are 2 treatments for ALS that are drug-related. So this is wonderful news. And we hope that it's just the beginning of more drugs being approved by the FDA. And the FDA did fast-track this approval, so we're really grateful for that as well.
We still don't know, though, the causes, right? I mean, we know that there are some maybe potential environmental factors, but we still don't really know the cause. And do we know why this drug is even working?
We don't
That's
know.
2 questions. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right. We don't know the cause of ALS, and right now there is no cure. This drug also is not being touted as a cure. It's a treatment to slow down the progression of the disease. But we do have clues. So, for example, there's twice the incidence in the military as the general population. So, the Department of Defense is actually studying that as part of their medical research program. But I'm sorry, what was your second question?
And I was just saying, why do we know why this is working? I mean, or prolonging life. Like, did they? I mean, I don't know much about it. I just didn't know if you'd read something.
Yeah, I don't. That's something I probably can't really comment on because it's a scientific thing, and I'm not a scientist. So,
Don't you want to be a scientist for today?
I would love to be a scientist for today, but I don't have that brain.
Yeah.
So.
While we're here, will you tell me what's going on today?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, tell me what's going on today and why it's important.
Okay, great. Well, today's our Seattle luncheon. It's called Step Up to the Plate. So we're raising money to provide services for people living with ALS in our area. The money will mostly stay here locally to really help folks with maybe durable medical equipment needs. We have care coordinators who go out to people's homes to really help them navigate. Like I said, ALS has an urgent timeline, so people have to get things set up really, really quickly. And sometimes something fails in your body before you're able to get it. So we want to be there, the Evergreen chapter, to help those folks in every way that we can. And so the money's raised today at the luncheon. We'll go to that.
Awesome. What are the biggest concerns or challenges that you see people face who have an ALS diagnosis? I mean, an immediate concern.
I think the immediate concern is people just don't know how the disease will progress. There's a lot of uncertainty right at the very beginning of a diagnosis. Is it going to go fast? Is it going to go slow? So people really have to work to go, how am I going to manage my life and get my affairs in order? And, so we try at the Evergreen chapter to connect them also with other patients so they can hear other experiences, so that they can see how other people are managing to make these decisions and learn from that and decide what's right for them.
And what are your biggest needs as a group?
Our biggest needs are for funding. I mean, like everybody, the patients have high needs. Our patient load only ever gets bigger every year. So obviously when people can fund us, we're thrilled, we're grateful. It's an awesome community to work with, and we really do, help folks.
I think that's it, unless you want to add anything.
No, I'm good.
I had so many questions. I ended up asking you a lot.
No, that's great. I love your that's why you make.
I'm using your scarf to tell this camera that I'm in a different source.
Okay.
Go ahead, Becky.
So this is a point board where people can use to communicate when they're no longer able to talk. It's a very simple way of doing something, especially works for people who may not want to use a computerized system or when the batteries go out. You'll be able to communicate to your loved ones if you've lost your ability to speak or swallow. And then this is really cool. So my brother-in-law lost the use of his hands. So this is a remote. It's just your remote control. And if you don't have good hand dexterity, you're still able to be independent and watch television. Do your VCR, maybe even do your music, whatever you need. It's very handy. And this is actually a computer mouse. It's a mouse for your computer that you can operate with your foot. So if your hands aren't able to operate the mouse, you can just strap this onto your foot and use that to be able to access your computer just like somebody would do with their hands.